Hi, I'm Alex.
Hey y'all, and I'm Ryan, and this is
Alex and Ryan Unscripted. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I am Alex.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is the Alex and Ryan Unscripted. So, I guess to start off, I am super excited today because, let me tell you, I have not had a seafood boil.
No way. No way. No way.
I haven't had a seafood boil since I was pregnant with my daughter. And that was like 3 months in. When I say today, we are going to, in the city, we're going to Journeys. And I've never been there before. And I guess it's it's a buffet, seafood buffet. And when I say I cannot wait. I know we was just talking about losing weight. But listen, today is Saturday. It's the weekend.
We can always set aside for a boil.
Yeah. Like, it was between that or Juicy. But, like, I think at Journeys, you can spend about $20-something per person. It's like probably almost 30. But that's the same for a seafood boil at Juicy, and you just getting what you get. No, give me. Yeah.
Endless.
Yes. Okay. I cannot. I'm so excited. So that is my starter. Ooh.
What the heck? Okay, so the reason I was, I had that reaction is because literally last night my sister was like, "Hey, next payday, you want to do a crab boil?" I was like,
really?
What the heck? Because literally a couple nights ago, actually for the past few nights, I've been wanting some seafood, a seafood boil. And so when you mentioned that, I'm like, what is going on? Because I didn't even tell my sister I wanted one or I wanted some. And she was like, "Hey, do you want?" I said, "Do I? I've literally been dreaming of it every night." Like,
not dreaming.
And then you mention it because down there, when I lived in Chicago and when I lived in Houston, I did not play. Dang near like every other week in Chicago, I had shrimp, mussels, and oh my gosh, corn. That was just a treat for myself. I love me some mussels.
Yeah.
And then in Houston, we was on that. So it's like, oh my gosh, why is this just keep popping up? I think it's a sign that I'm definitely going to get
you got to some. So what, y'all going like out or making it at home?
I told my younger sister that I definitely want us to make it at home one day.
Mm-hmm.
But your girl got the coins to do so. And I don't want to put on everybody to get it. So I said, when I get my job, when I get my coins up, let's definitely make it at home. And we can buy so much. Because I have a big family. And we can have the spread on the table and go in. Ooh. But I think my sister just want to order it and have it sent to the house. But I would love to go there as well. So I don't know.
Where you're at, what's up? Okay, this no offense. Okay. I mean, I know that you close to a big city. But like, what kind of seafood do y'all got? Like, what place do y'all order at? Like, what's the seafood place?
They just opened up a spot that's not too far from the house. I don't know the names of these places, but I want to try it out because I think they was open before, but then they closed down. Mm-hmm. And I think they were also called Juicy Crab, but I don't think they're the chain
but it wasn't
down there.
We had one here too. We had one of them here too.
Just a Juicy Crab. But me and my younger sister, we went to some place out there, and it was decent. Like it got the job done, but it was like I've had better. Mm-hmm. I've had better. But no offense taken. Where I am, the seasonings don't be seasoning. So, but it's like, but I still want it. You know what I mean? I still want it. I still want some. Let's see what they talking about. Make it do what it do. I'm excited. I can't believe you just said that, girl, because that's.
But yeah, I'm so excited.
Well, real quick to piggyback off this conversation, we still here.
Right.
When you go, it's called Journeys.
Yes.
When you go, let me know.
Send you a video, FaceTime you, bring the
Let
podcast.
me let me know if it's anything like Captain George's from Virginia Beach. Remember before we left, we went to that all you can eat seafood spot,
Oh, yes.
Captain George.
Okay. Okay, I will. I'm
Yeah.
so mad when we went that we couldn't stay there longer. Like, I am so mad. Like, why couldn't we have stayed there longer to really enjoy that food?
It did feel rushed because we had to
Get on a
get
flight.
to the airport.
And then the thing to eat all that seafood and then be on a flight, even though we were delayed like crazy, but the
We
thought is like,
were. I forgot.
I would have been sick.
Yeah.
But, okay, I'm have to remember that. I have to remember that. I'm going to have to remember that. So, basically, this episode is going to be about transitioning into our 30s. Because you, Ryan, you have already been in your 30s. Not a long time, but it's been you reaching, you kind of creeping up on a year.
I definitely am. Like in a couple months, your girl's hitting 31. So I feel
Yeah.
like I got some skin in the game,
Yeah.
Look at
And me, I literally am a newbie. Like, I just have a toe in right now. Because I just turned 30.
Yeah.
What is it, March? Last month. It's only been about a month.
Welcome
And
to the
that's it.
club, girl.
So, I guess we could just get into it.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Being in your 30s, how are you feeling?
Let me start off by saying this first off, y'all. On my 30th birthday, okay, the day before, I'm going to say the day before, or was it 2 days? I forget. It's either the day before or 2 days before, I had a birthday brunch. It was pretty good. It was pretty
That's
good. We
cute.
didn't go all out, but we had, I had a birthday brunch at my spot and it was 30 Shades of Pink. It was cute.
It
The
was
girls
cute.
showed up. We had brunch at my apartment and my apartment lounge was just so beautiful. So great, right? I think it was the day before because literally the next day I was sick. I was sick. I'm calling up everybody. I'm texting people like, hey, are y'all not feeling well? Are y'all doing okay? They're like, yeah, we good, girl. Like, what you mean? I can barely get out of bed.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was just like, oh my gosh, head hurting. I can't remember if I threw up or not, but feeling like I had to, like definitely nauseous. It was bad. And the thing is, like, I did want to go to work on my birthday because whatever, I already had my brunch and I was like, it is what it is. But I
Mhm.
called off and I was like, dang, I don't want them to think like, oh, she getting lit because she turned 30 or it's her birthday. It's like, that is the complete opposite. Your
Right.
girl is trying to make it through and push through because she is on bed rest. So that was literally me entering
Oh, that's horrible.
my 30s. And I was sitting there like, God, why? What is going on? I said, is this the what they say? Because they say how you start is important. I said, why is this the start of my 30th? Are you telling me something?
Right.
Girl, it was bad.
Ooh. So how is it going now? Now that you got some months in, is it still going the same?
All right, y'all. We about to get
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna give y'all insight on your girl. Ooh, woosah. Okay.
Deep breath.
So currently, my first chapter of my 30s is not going according to Ryan's plan. Let me say that because I thought I would be somewhere completely different in a completely different tax bracket and environment just lux of the top luxury. Okay, and it's the complete opposite, honestly.
Mhm.
So just to give y'all some insight, I moved back home to my home state, my hometown, and I'm currently staying with family, currently unemployed, and yeah, I got no coins in the bank. So that's me currently. But the 30-year-old Ryan that I had in my head was still living up in Texas. Moving to, I mean, before coming back home, I was in a nice studio in River Oaks, y'all. And if y'all know, and I just saw myself, still being there. One thing about Houston is that, like, everybody that I've met, from the Uber driver to the teachers I worked with, like folks at the store, everybody had a side hustle going on. Like, everybody was hustling.
Yeah.
And I remember applying for jobs initially, and I went to my cousin's spot to print my resumes off, and this guy was in there, and we was just telling him that, like, we just moved to Houston, and he was like, welcome to the what did he say, welcome to the city of something, but like, he like, we grind here all day, baby. Like, I was like, what? But he was cool. He was like a cool he seemed, he was probably like in his 30s or something, but
Mhm.
I was just like, okay. And then my cousin was like, hey, here, like, that's the mentality. Like, everybody get up and get it. And it was just so motivating to me. And at the same time, I was just like, I have been working on not participating in the grind culture, because I feel like it can also be so unhealthy.
Yeah.
Now, do I believe there's a season to where it's like, all right, wake up and get it, go, 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 go. But making that your life, I don't know. And I
Right.
also feel like this God has just been shaping me to learn when to rest, learn when to take breaks.
Mhm.
Because starting off just working, period, what was breaks? What was rest? Especially when you got a lot of dreams and goals for yourself, it's like all gas, no breaks. But I just feel like over the years, God has been like, hey, slow down.
Yeah.
I know you want this. I know you're working on this, but we need to slow down and you need to learn how to rest.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so currently where I am in my 30s, it's not where I want to be. But at the same time, coming back home, I never thought I'll say this, but I love it here. I don't love it in the city, but I love that I'm around my family.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. That's good. It's
Yeah.
funny that you mentioned Houston being like hustle, hustling and all that stuff. This is a little
Mhm.
side note that I know someone that knew someone in Houston, and he did like the gambling. Basically, got scammed by a dang. He's clearly I'm assuming
Yeah.
he's hustler.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was
Yeah. Hey,
hustling.
the city is full of scammers. I would,
Yeah.
yes. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
And that was his friend. They were supposed to be like cool. Yes. Basically hustled him out his money. Yeah. Disrespectful, rude, a scammer.
What?
I guess hustling, yeah, but a scammer. That's what reminded me, like, dang, Houston, he was in Houston.
That's wild. Because
Yeah.
my friend told me a story about how his friend, where it's like
It's crazy.
it's going like friend of a friend of a friend, but literally his friend told his friend that their friend scammed him and hustled him and tried to get over on him in
See.
Houston. So I'm like, what the heck?
See.
It is. But it's also a good time. Okay. I
Yeah.
definitely got more honey than bees.
So I guess how I'm feeling about 30s, which I mean,
Hmm.
can I really feel anything because it's only been a month? Um,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I think it doesn't really feel different, if I'm being honest.
Well, I guess, how did you feel coming into it? Or where you are now, did you see yourself, like, as you left your 20s going into your 30s, did you have like a completely ideal of what that was going to look like? Or, yeah.
Well, okay. So going into my 30s, I'm like, dang, like I'm 30. I'm actually like 30. Like I'm actually like older. Not that 30 is old, but like seeing TikToks, they be making me feel so old. Like a lot of them TikToks be like, them kids be talking about anything before 2000 is old.
Yeah.
But I mean, so far, I do have a lot of hope for 30s. I always hear that 30s is really fun. And it's like a lot of people's like best years.
Same.
So, I mean, starting off, I'm trying to think of like, I know when you enter your 30s, it's a little rough. You was sick.
Oh, boy.
Mine, I think nothing even happened. Like, nothing. Like, I didn't do anything. I was chilling. I'm trying to think if I had my daughter. I might have. Or if that was her daddy's weekend. I can't remember. But I was chilling. So maybe that's the start of my 30s. It's just, I'm just chilling. That's all. It's just chilling, vibing out, going with the flow, basically.
Yeah.
But I do have a question. So since we're done with our 20s, can't go back. What is the
Yeah.
biggest lesson you have learned in your 20s?
And you said the biggest lesson I've learned in my
Yep.
20s.
Yep.
Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm just like, Ryan, it's time to truly, truly embrace, right? So the biggest lesson that keeps popping up for me is, oh, well, actually, okay, there's two. There's two.
Okay.
But the biggest one is truly embracing all of you and who you are, regardless of who's with it or not, who likes it or not. Because especially going in, I just feel like high school, oh my gosh, I feel like in high school, Ryan was everywhere. And it was it was crazy because you could hear her before you see her kind of thing. Like I was loud. I was just, I don't know, just life was just my stage. Like you couldn't tell me nothing. Now, granted, there's a lot of stuff I had to learn along the way. Like some stuff
Yeah.
wasn't too cool. But I don't know. Once I got to college, man, college were definitely years where I feel like that girl in high school definitely calmed down a little bit, but changed. Like I had so much confidence, and I feel like I don't know, because you're in that collegiate space and everybody popping, like I don't know, it's just I feel like I fell into comparison for sure. And then at least I felt like I was very much different from a lot of my peers.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that all the time. And I felt like I wasn't truly, um, well, first up, I wasn't truly accepting myself for who I was and who I am.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I just felt like a lot of these labels was just coming, and I'm just like, oh, I'm just me. Like, there's
Right.
moments where I'm loud, there's moments where I'm quiet, there's moments where I want to talk, there's moments where I don't want to talk, and I don't know. So I feel like navigating college was just kind of interesting for me, for sure. But the lesson I learned in my 20s is show up as you. I remember, I think, how old was I? 29, 28.
Mm-hmm.
I was 28, I believe, when I was running this center. And the lady I worked with, she was like, you definitely got more to you than what you're showing us.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, I know you're like this isn't really you. Like
Right.
you're you're a show.
Yeah.
I remember what she was saying. She like something about you. Like I know you're holding back, and she like just because you're in this space where you think it calls for this version of you, I need you to start showing up as you,
Right.
not what you think others want you to show up as. Or not trying to compress all of you. She's like, because you are a light and you shine.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. I remember I was just crying because I was like, yeah, like I am compressing myself here. And
Yeah.
not just here. I feel like in a lot of my spaces, I would do that
Yeah.
so that others, I don't know, could feel more comfortable or wouldn't think, oh, I'm trying to do or be something that I'm not. It's just, this is literally just me.
Right.
And leaving my 20s, coming into my 30s, I was like, Ryan, no, no, you are you. You're moody sometimes, emotions a roller coaster. Sometimes you can talk nonstop. And then sometimes you don't want to talk at all. Sometimes you like being around people. Sometimes you want your own space for a long time. Like, this is you. And whoever don't accept it, you need to be okay with that. Because they're okay. Like, you need to be okay with them not, truly understanding, or sometimes not even trying to understand, like, all of you.
Yeah.
And then this the second biggest lesson I've learned is I gotta learn how to protect my space
Okay.
and who I have around me.
Okay. Those are some good ones. That's a good one. Starts with the last one. Yeah. I guess for me, the biggest thing I've learned in my 20s is that it's just that everyone has their own timing. I wouldn't say my 20s were like rough, but listen, I feel like I was walking around blind, trying to figure out
Mm-hmm.
stuff, trying to figure out me and what I like and just myself. Even though I think in
Mm-hmm.
my 20s I did not figure it out. like, but I think with being in my 20s and then just, kind of realizing like, dang, I'm almost 30. Well, at the time, almost 30 is like, everyone has their own timing. Like, and it's okay that in my 20s, I don't have it figured out. Like, I don't
Yeah.
have anything figured out. Like, in this moment right now, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have anything figured out. I am just now. It's like when you know yourself, but there's still so much more, like,
Mm-hmm.
to you. It's like, I'm just now discovering myself in a sense. Um, so I think that is probably my biggest uh, lesson. So another question I do have is, what are some things that you thought you would have accomplished by 30?
Ooh. Oh, actually, when I did reside in Chicago, I thought your girl right now would be owning a storefront in Chicago. And because I did have a business, y'all, and I dissolved it. And it was a faith-based business, just focusing on empowering you all to go out in your communities and use your gifts, your talents, your resources, and uplift people in your community. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically what it is. But it was just so many different moving parts with it as well. Not at the time, but that I wanted to happen. But um, yeah, I wanted a storefront in Chicago, and I thought I would be living in Chicago with a blooming, blossoming business, and just living it up as a city girl. Married, got a couple kids, yeah, by 30,
Yeah.
and just thriving as a CEO. And I saw myself having like a couple employees here and there, and then having volunteers and a whole appreciation brunch. Like, and not to say these things won't come to pass, still, just saying, like, by now, I wanted all of those things. And I saw that for myself. But now looking back, I'm like, I'm actually, I'm actually not upset those things didn't come to pass because personally, I just had a lot to work on.
Yeah.
My mindset, again, how I choose to show up in the world, being a wife, being a mother, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I still had a lot of undoing, unlearning to do
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. And yeah, I'm actually glad those things did not come to pass yet. But now, Ryan, today, I feel like I could take it on because I'm learning. Um, it's okay to still be learning. Like,
Yeah.
I struggle with perfection so much, so much. And now it's like, girl, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Perfection who? Perfection what? Why even? Life is, I don't know. You may not get things right the first time, the second time, the third time. But
Mhm.
what matters is like truly how much effort you putting into it. Again, how you choosing to show up. How serious are you going to take this? And this is with everything. This is with everything. Like, yeah, I feel like I had to come into myself and who God saw me as, and be her.
Mhm.
So my 30s is all about becoming her.
See, I feel like with that question, or just our topic, is that I feel like a lot of people, which we have discussed
Hmm.
this before, like a lot of people feel similar ways as to what we feel. I guess I'll speak for myself, for like how I feel, to feel like you should have it all together by now.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know, like you should be in your career. Like you should be making money. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like by now you should have a husband or wife. A lot of people just feel like things should be accomplished and done by 30. And then 30, you're kind of just like in that. Like you're in your career, you're making your money, you're doing all that. However, I feel like even for both of us, we haven't got there yet. And we are 30,
No.
you
No.
know?
Nope. Yep.
And I wonder if like a lot of people feel that way. Like, or are they like that? Like, you know, they're in their 30s and they don't have it figured out.
Hmm.
It's like, yeah, we do hear some people like, you know, people in their 40s and they still doing the same thing and they don't have stuff figured out. But like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of pressure to have things figured out by 30.
It is. And especially, sorry.
No, no, go ahead.
You go ahead. Okay. I would say, especially in the collegiate space, like, you know, you go and you get your bachelor's. It's like immediately, I don't know if you felt this or if you had any professors or mentors or whoever pull you aside and be like, hey, so your master's, have you
Yeah,
applied to your master's program yet? And I was like, I'm looking at it, you know, and deep down, I was like, I don't even know if I want to get my master's in. Like,
yeah,
what? And like, just so many people were just like, hey, so your master's and then your doctorates. And
yeah,
I'm like, so this must be the path,
right,
especially for first generation African American students, right? Like, get that education, get the highest education you can get. And so it's like, I remember I was talking to, oh, who was I talking to? But I told them, like, I'm actually thinking about taking a year off, you know?
mm,
But who's to say, like, you're supposed to go straight to your master's? But I was like, I was thinking about taking a year off. And they were like, why wouldn't you want to go straight to it and get it done? And I was like, who even said I want to do that in the first place? Like, I just felt like because that is the, I guess what word am I looking for? Like, that's the expectation of you. Like, why not go get your master's right now while you're here? Get it out the way and then go get your doctorates. And I'm like, but if we don't take that path, is it still okay? Who's
right.
to say you're not going to be okay in the end if you don't get your master's now? Do I want a master's now? Yes. Am I glad that I did not go initially? Yes,
Yeah,
actually, because now that I've been in the field and I've been working, I can actually sit back and say, okay, this is what I really want to go into, not just because of the money or all of that. It's just where I think with this master's degree, I can make an impact in my community
yeah,
and wherever I go. But it's like, I just feel like because you don't take, what's that poem called? I took the road less traveled by. Like, I feel like because you don't take that path that you're expected to, it's
yeah,
like you get, um, I don't know, the response from that is just like, well, why not? Or what are you going to do with your life? Live and work. Like, what? Go after my goals and aspirations. And at the time, I didn't have this kind of language, right? I just felt like, oh my gosh, Ryan, why aren't you going to go get your master's? Why are you taking a year off? Why can't you just stand in who you are, 10 toes down, and just say, hey, I don't know what I want to get my master's in. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
But I remember once I said it, Alex, I felt such a relief. I was like, yeah, I'm not getting my master's right now. Like, am I a failure? Like, what do you think of me now? But who
Right.
cares what you think? Because this is my life. You're going to pay for it? And I don't want to get into all that, but it's just like coming into my 30s, leaving my 20s, again, going back to just the tons of life lessons. Who cares what these folks think? People are going to have their opinion. Ooh, people are going to have their opinions on you regardless of what you do. And like, I remember my auntie pulling me aside, and she was, because at the it was for Thanksgiving one year, and they were asking me. Oh, they were asking me too. Like, so your masters? And she was like, "What do you want to do?" And I'm like, "I'm still thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Like, where I really want to work for real." And she was like, "Understand that people are going to throw out suggestions all day. You can take it or leave it. Understand you have the option to take it or leave it. And in this case, leave it." Because you up there just trying to people please, and I did. I had people pleasing real bad,
Yeah.
but just take it all in. And she was like, "No, no, you just tell me you're not getting your master's. Like that's just not what you're gonna do." And I'm just like, man, and I just need to stand in that. And that's what I'm learning now, especially coming to my 30s. Make a decision and stand on it, regardless of who's standing with you, especially if it's God leading you to do so.
Yeah. See, I think that's just where the expectation comes in. Because, like, I'm trying to think when I got out of college, I mean, I'm sure people ask, like, what was I going to do? And at the time, I didn't know. I didn't know what to do. Like, getting out of college, I, again, was lost. But I think that all ties into, like, even what you were saying, like, we all have our own path, different timing of when to do things and when to start things. You know what I mean? Like, for you, like what you said, getting your master's right after college was not the plan for you. A different timing, you know? So, which I'm sure like a lot of people can relate to. You know, just we
Yeah.
all have different paths. So,
And
go ahead, sorry.
real quick, going back, like when you said about timelines, everybody has their timeline. Like I love on TikTok where they show the videos of just all these people who, made it in the world and who went after their goals and their dreams. But granted, I don't want to be that older, but they're like 40s, 50s, late 30s. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, but I started this back in my 20s. I gave up, but I went back to it. Or I tried
Yeah.
and I kept getting rejected. I kept failing, but then I finally made it. And it's like, that's just their timeline. That's
Yeah.
just their timeline. And we all have our own timeline on when that moment, whatever that moment is, you getting your master's, your doctorates, or you getting your business, your house, your children, your husband, your wife, like that time is going to be your time. And at the end of the day,
God.
who's over time?
God.
God is over the timing. Sorry, y'all, I'm being surrounded by my nephews at the moment. But God is over the timing. And I just feel like it's hard to sit back and rest in that, especially when your immediate circle is taking off. And you the one like, man,
Yeah.
y'all sure is up there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when am I gonna be up there with you? And
Right.
it's like, when it's your time. And that's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely is. Uh oh.
And we also have to try our best.
We do.
That is true. Yes, we do. Okay, so lastly, what do you want your 30s to look like? I know you mentioned a little bit, like, before, but what do you want your 30s to look like? How do you want to live out your 30s?
So for me, like, yes, as I stated before, my 30s is becoming her, but like becoming the woman that God has created me to be.
Mhm.
And that woman is living the luxurious life. I knew this as a child and it is going to come. You hear me? So I see myself really showing up authentically me, like unapologetically me. And I know I say that all the time, but coming into my 30s is so much different.
Yeah.
One thing I could definitely say that I enjoyed, that I liked, that I did in my 20s is that when I had something in mind, I went after it. Whatever goal or dream I had, I went after that. Wherever I wanted to live, I went there. And I don't want to stop that. I want to go even harder now coming into my 30s. Again, I still have so many goals, dreams, and visions
Yeah.
and things I want to do. And it's like all gas, no brakes. This time, put God first. Let him tell you yes or no, where to go, who to talk to, who not to talk to, who to let go of, who to keep. But at the end of the day, go after it. Go after it. Do your research. Understand it takes time. And I feel like in my 20s, I wanted everything so quick, so quick. And when it didn't work out, it frustrated me so much. But I remember a friend from college, he told me like, it's okay to fail. And I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, failure's not an option. And he's like, you should make it one. Like, failure is part of the process. And oh my gosh, Alex, I really couldn't grasp that. Cause I just feel like once you fail, it's over. Like, it's not working. But no, failure is part of the process because you're learning what worked, what didn't work. And then whatever you learn from that, go back at it again. And when I tell you I'm going after it, like my 30s, I literally see myself. I feel like right now I am currently on a trajectory of the life I truly been dreaming about since a little girl.
Yeah.
The traveling, just where I'm living, my lifestyle, being healthy, working out, putting me first. Of course, God first and foremost. Oh,
Yeah.
also spending more time with Him and understanding that He really is the way, the truth, and the life. And anything that I want in life, ask Him for it, and He will help me. So my 30s is about to be so bomb. I already know it. I can see it. Yeah, failures, success, all of that. All of
Right.
that. I'm letting go of everything and everyone that was not serving me. And it's not to say that the people that are no longer in my life are bad people or anything. I just feel like, or I had to learn because it's hard for me to let go of people. It's very hard for me to let go.
So not me.
At one point in life, it was easy to detach, but it's just like where God calls you in certain seasons, some people just cannot go with you. And yeah, that's a lesson I'm still learning, but I'm learning it. So, how are you choosing to show up in your 30s, Alex?
Well, I think a big part of it, or what I want, or how I want to show up, or just kind of threw me off with that question. The way you worded it threw me off. I had to answer, but now I'm thrown off a little bit. Like, how am I gonna? But basically, how I see my 30s. Basically, that's what you said, right?
Yeah, like how do you? Well, yeah.
um, is definitely growing more into motherhood. I also see my 30s as it's just really growing into like womanhood. So finding a lot of self-care, making sure that I am okay and good. And then I know if I'm okay and good, then the people around me, I can help, them if they need help, or like my daughter, be an example for my daughter, kind of thing. Which I know you know this, but for the people listening, I do go to therapy because after having that baby, things got rough and needed some therapy. So I will say therapy is definitely, I feel like it's helping me just grow in general.
Yeah.
So with that, I am going to continue that. Like I have to continue that. I'm very hopeful for my 30s.
Yeah.
And I feel like a career is going to come, like to where I'm actually enjoying my career.
Yeah.
And just doing a lot. So yeah, that's kind of like what I see my 30s as.
There's something. Oh, because you said about aging. So actually, I'm Is the word excited? I don't know. It's something about my 35th year I'm looking forward to.
Really?
What's happening? Where do I see myself at 35? It's not even about that. It's just I am big on numbers. And 35, I'm just like, I just feel like it's gonna be a good year. And watch you turn around it. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to 35 a lot.
Yeah.
Just to see the kind of woman like
You've become.
I have become, what I'm
Yeah.
doing in life. Because I do reflect a lot. I reflect a lot on what I've done, what I wish I did or didn't do, and all that I have accomplished already. And it's
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh. Again, like going back to when I wanted to live somewhere, I lived there. Even if it's just for a year and a half, I went. I
Yeah.
wanted to start a business and I did that. Like, I always wanted to go to India and I did that. And it's like, girl, where are we going next? Like,
Right.
I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah, I would say I'm excited too.
I really do think we have a lot to look forward to. And now with this, like starting this podcast, like I really do want this to, just have a long life. I do. Because this is what our second episode, and I'm
Yeah.
enjoying this space. I like it. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. I'm enjoying talking to you all and having you all know about us and just our lives and our friendship, where we see ourselves. And again, like we want to be an encouragement. We want y'all to come here for some laughs. As y'all can see, we live it authentically. Okay, y'all just heard my nephews up in here. Still
So
got my little baby nephew, aka my son. Like we are truly living authentically. Yeah, being ourselves.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we definitely are. But so yes. So that is our 30s. Hopefully
Yeah.
everything continues to go well.
They can comment, right?
I don't know.
Can you comment on the podcast? I don't think so.
I don't think so, because I never did. But I don't comment on anything. I'm bad at that. I'm not really bad, but like, I don't think you can. On YouTube, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can comment.
Yeah, on YouTube you can.
Yeah, YouTube you can comment. Because we will be on the goal.
Yeah.
This is the goal.
Yeah. Well, let them
Gotta
know.
figure
Let
out
them
the
know.
podcast app. We'll be on the podcast app. Thinking about Spotify, but we don't know for sure. Spotify. Definitely YouTube. And then obviously like snippets on TikTok stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So y'all can leave some comments.
Yes.
You know?
Y'all can leave comments on TikTok and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So let us know what y'all thinking.
Yes.
Do y'all feel like y'all are
even gaining anything?
Yeah.
From the podcast.
Are we ending it? Why are you cracking up?
This is I know our first episode was excuse me, to get to know us. But one thing about me is that when things are awkward, I crack up. If I am uncomfortable, I crack up. Like, so ending it, I told you before, struggle with ending conversations, anything. So I crack up and I can't help it. I just laugh.
Where you was going? I was like, oh, okay. So what we do?
But yes, this is the end of episode 2, entering our 30s. I hope to hear. I mean, I know you're supposed to be ending it, but hope to hear from you guys. Comment on the YouTube comments or TikTok. Let us know, whatever you guys want to talk about. Any ideas for
Coming episodes.
But yes, that is the end of the end of episode 2. We will see you guys in episode 3 and more.
All right, you all. Gotta go tend to the family. Yes. My name is Ryan.
And I am Alex.
And this is Alex and Ryan Unscripted. Where are you? Where? My name is Ryan.
And I am Alex.
And this is Alex and Ryan. Got it. We done.